Hey, what's going on? I am setting up right now. And it is Saturday. What is up? What is up? I am setting up X right now. So just 1 second. Okay. Cool. Alright. Here we go. Okay, cool. What's up? Sorry. It took a minute. Get there. Let me check here. Alright, I think I'm live across the board. Maybe. Yep, okay. YouTube. There we go. Twitch is up. Kick up. Facebook up. And X up. Okay, cool. Sorry, I was gone yesterday. The wife is working from home today. So, yesterday, so I had to work outside of the office, you know, and it sucks. It broke my everyday stream in a row, but I got a lot of work done. So currently I'm at 32,963. Last stream I was at 30,000, or 31.4, 31.5. I got to do some work, and I was able to do some audio recording and then translate that audio to text, and gave me about 2,000 words. And that was on the 11th. And I did that evening because I just couldn't stream that day, and it was hard to work. And then yesterday, my wife was home, so I had to work outside, and I got 7,700 words done. So, and I have that in this document here, but let me take my face away. So here, 7770. But I'm going to, and then this morning, well, let me continue. And then this morning, I went to the office. I have another office. It's a shop. It's a rundown, old, dilapidated shop that I go and chill out at and watch YouTube and work out. But I decided that, you know, my wife's home this weekend, so I can't work while she's here, because she's a therapist, so she has to do live streaming therapy. I don't know, a lot of information there. Anyway, so she's home working this weekend, so I have to be out of the office. So I'm streaming now this morning for an hour. I'm gonna do some editing on From Chef to Crafter to Conqueror Book 6, and then go back to the office and record and stream the editing process. I don't like doing it, so I'm just gonna do like an hour a day, but of editing. I don't. So rewrites and edits are the most enjoyable part. The storytelling is the enjoyable part, but I'm just gonna do that for the streaming part of it. But I'm gonna go back to audio recording, then text, audio recording, then text to speech. Wait, audio recording, and then translate to text, and then rewrite and edit that. And if I keep up this speed, I did some this morning too. I probably got 2,000 words this morning. Let me check. Hold on. I can actually check. Let me see. Let me see here. I've got... Oh, crap. Let's see. Control C. All the way. So if I'm at 7770, and I add that, and then I add the next, which is Control C. So Control V. All right, so I went from 7770 to 11. Why is it doing that? I don't know. Anyway, 1181. So 3,000 words this morning. So we'll see. I'm gonna try to knock that out, I guess. So when I re-edit that, rewrite it, I'll put it in the main doc here. Hold on. Why is it doing that? Alright. So I'll take this doc. Okay, there it goes. Here. Let me take my face away. Which I don't want to add it into the main document because you see the text difference. I have to reformat it and change it and stuff. But anyway, so 32,963 plus 11, so 43, basically 44. I'm at 44,000 words now when I get done editing this. And then I'm gonna go back to the office today when my wife gets home. She'll be home in about an hour. She's doing Bikram's yoga this morning. And I'm gonna head to the office and do some more audio to text, and then maybe get another 6,000 or 7,000, so that'll put me at 50 by the end of the day. So I might be at like, I might be done by the end of the week coming up, this coming week, after, you know, next Saturday. So with the writing, but then there's a whole editing process. But that'll give me basically a month to at least 3 weeks to rewrite, edit, and have the book ready for release on the 15th. So instead of my original plan to have it done on September 30th and then edit for 2 weeks and release it on the 15th of October, I might be able to do it sooner, you know? So this stream might actually be writing a book in less than a month, you know? We'll see. I don't know for sure, but I hope so, you know? I mean, that'd be pretty awesome. But anyway, let me this. Let me get back to the book and stuff. So after all that 10 minutes of rambling, I'm Gabriel Rathwake. I'm an author. I'm writing a book called From Chef to Crafter to Conqueror, book 6. This is the 6th book in my series, From Chef to Crafter to Conqueror. And originally my goal was to do 500 words a half hour, 1,000 words an hour, 3,500 words a day to finish my goal of 100,000 words, which is a total length of a book for me. And I was on pace to do that. A couple days ago, I did not. I fell off in the morning, but I recovered that night. And I was still on pace, but now the whole point of my rant was I'm 8,000 words ahead of schedule. So that's 2 days, 2.5 days, or 2 days at least, 2 days and change. So I'm 2 days ahead of schedule because of this. So hypothetically, after today, I could be 3 days ahead of schedule. We'll see. I don't know. I'm gonna go for it. And I know it kind of messes the stream up because if you're watching and you're listening to the story, but I think it should be okay because I'm gonna read and edit for about an hour, and then continue and read and edit from where I left off. So if you're following along, you can follow along, and you'll still see the reading and the editing process. Maybe the next stream, I might do something where I write 2 books in 1 month, because if I can do it at this speed, maybe I'll just stream myself audio recording. I don't know, we'll see, but for now, I'm gonna go with this. I've never been this productive, and it's crazy. It's crazy productive. I don't know. We'll see, but we'll see how good the book comes out. Anyway, so yeah, Gabriel Rathway from Chef the Captain Conqueror. Check out my books on. There it is. Here. Here. Amazon. Me. Yeah, from Chef to Captain to Conqueror. Check it out. I am Gamer. I'm Gamer. Earth Online. I don't know who this dude is, but you know. Tragic Kingdom. Blah, blah, blah. And with that being said, I believe last time we left off right around here. Yeah. All right. Writing tip. I don't know, do what works. This is a new thing for me. I tried it before, it didn't work out really well, but I don't know. It's kind of an experimentation thing, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. Recording your speech to text, I don't know. It's kind of nuts. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. All right. Anyway, man, I'm so excited. Okay. Blah blah blah. If you're watching the stream, if you go back to the first stream, how to write a book or writing a novel in 30 days, I do a full recap from Chef to Crafter Conqueror's book 1 through 5 and the first part of book 6. And yeah, and then follow along up until now, and you get a full-on recap of everything that happened. So let me get started. I'm so excited, man. I'm gonna be done with this book so fast. It's crazy, and then I'm gonna just immediately start the next one. All right, let me turn these down a little bit. Okay. So here we go. I think we were okay. So I'm just doing the quick editing, the Grammarly suggestions. Okay. I think it was right around here. Okay, so yeah, because look at all the grammar stuff. So last time on From Chef, book 6, the hero, Rio, and his AI companion had gone into his side of his mind, and there was like a little bit of a illusory thing where the AI created a mental space so he could watch the world through his own eyeballs. and he sees the monster Aswang, the Filipino monster that looks like the Predator with the vagina mouth, attacking him, but it gets stopped by the Filipino midget Homo floresiensis Princess Buka and the other elders, and they stop the monster with magic, which stops it in place, and then they hold it up. It causes it to like catch on fire and basically spontaneously combust and turn into like ash, and it forms a pile on the floor. And then Rio comes back into his body, blinks his eyes open. He's staring back up at all of his friends and stuff around him. So that's where we left off. Okay. And so normally I don't really look at the chats and stuff, but once or twice. So I'm looking at it now, seeing if anybody's looking or watching. It's early. I doubt people shall be. But zeros on the Facebook. Hey, somebody's watching on Twitch. What's up? And on Kick, do I have my dose? Hey, what's up, Kick? And yeah, so here we go. Kick as usual for the win. Thank you guys. Or, you know, whatever. And game on. We are here. Okay, Princess G. Okay, I could tell where I started recording because it went with a J instead of an X. I-E. And I read this and here. Okay. Fine. You never let me have any fun, Alan sighed, snapping his fingers. I blinked, sighed, then snapping his fingers. I blinked, and for a moment, I was in a weird mental room. But when I opened my eyes, I was back in my body and staring up at a half dozen familiar faces and 3 not so familiar ones. I closed my eyes again and lay there, taking a moment before, with a snap of... No, Alan sighed as he snapped his fingers. I blinked as the lights turned off at the snap, and for a moment I was in a weird Geiger-like room. But when I opened my eyes again, I was back in my body and staring up at half a dozen familiar faces and 3 not so familiar ones. I needed a moment to write my consciousness back inside my flesh, so I closed my eyes again and lay there, taking a brief second to myself before jumping back into the now. Then, with another blink, fluttering of my eyelids, I finally kept them open and smiled up at Princess G, Lord So, Princess Buka, and the 3 old hobbit Filipino elders. Thank you. All of you. I mean it. I thought I was lunch. I groaned out with a chuckle, sitting up and rubbing my head where I had banged it, rubbing the back of my head where I had banged it on the hard galley floor deck in my attempt to dodge the did you see that? Asswangs. That Georgia O'Keeffe styled lips. I hope everybody gets the symbolism. Rio-sama, are you okay? Princess G asked, leaning forward and placing her hand softly against my cheek. As she stared at me, down at me, concern flooding her eyes. I swallowed suddenly hot at the song heiress's closeness to my lips. Yeah, I'm fine, I said breathlessly. Turn the music up a little bit. I am... real quick, I made a side note. I decided I'm not, like, gonna look at social media and read the shit anymore. The world's crazy right now. I'm just gonna post about my books and, positive, and I'm just not gonna read it. And so that makes me feel pretty good, so I'm, like, in a pretty... World's wild, man. World's fucking wild. So, anyway, that was just a side note. Anyway, let's turn the music up. Yeah, I'm fine, I said breathlessly. Judging by the quick turn of... Judging by the blossoming... The cherry color, the cherry blossoms blooming on your neck and cheeks, Rio-chan, Lord So joked from just over my shoulder. You seem to be no worse from wear. In fact, your body seems to be working just fine. His chuckle echoed around the room as he laughed wholeheartedly at his own joke. I sighed and I snorted, then joined in the laughter, shaking my head. Then as I pushed myself up and stood stretching languidly, I let out a deep breath and stared hard at the pile of ash that was all that remained of the putrid breath assassin monster. That's 2 attacks. That's 2 assassination attempts in the past day. In the same day, within 2 hours. What exactly in all the... what exactly is going on here? For this one, at least. It is okay, that's a 2 attempts. That's 2 assassination attempts in the same day, within 2 hours of one another. What exactly is going on here? Someone get... well, I think maybe I actually do get him later on. Let me see if he's already there. I think I do. I think I do. I think I do. I think I do. No, maybe I didn't. Later on, I get Hojo Chidori. Okay, yeah. Okie dokie, okie dokie. So yeah, 33, 0. So by the time I'm done with this, I'll be at 35, just the editing. So honestly, if I, side note, that was 11,000 words. When I'm done editing that, that'll be 15,000 words. So I'm actually at 50,000 words basically by the time I'm done editing this. That's halfway done with the book on the fucking 11th. You guys, you have no idea how exciting this is. It's like, I might be able to finish 2 books in a month. 3 books. Okay, I don't know. I don't fucking know. Who knows? If I get to the point where I'm making 10,000 words a day, that means I can do 300,000 words in a month. That's 3 books. That's a series. 2026 is gonna be crazy. I'm gonna be in the top 100 on Amazon like for 12 months. It's gonna be nuts, guys. Craziness. You heard it here first on Kick, Twitch, YouTube's, Facebook, and X. But no, Kick for real, dude. You guys were there at the beginning, and it's gonna be a wild 2026. Wild. We must apologize for this one at least. It is most likely our fault, Princess Buka said softly as period. Then the 3.5-foot tall woman dropped to her knees and bowed before us. It is one of the reasons for our journey. If you'll let me, I'd like to throw all protocol away and ask you to hear me and my people's plight. She stopped talking, did not raise her head, and kept her Okay. What's going on here? There we go. Her body in the kowtow position. I looked askance at Perseus G, who shook her head and shrugged. Then I turned to Lord So, who nodded emphatically in the affirmative. I glanced at Hojo Chidori, whose eyes not so subtly how do you so subtly? Oh, why am I retarded? Also urged me to accept the girl's offer. Okay. Please stand up, princess. I, comma, no. All of us would love to hear your story. Princess Buka rose from her... Nah, I think that's better. Just as if... That one should be too. Okay. Princess Buka rose from her bowing kowtow. From her kowtow position. The entire process a pure interpretation of grace. I cataloged this scene with the simian portion of my brain as the smaller woman's kimono, barbaric Polynesian style dress, colored we'll just use that. You know, Rio, you don't need a neural implant or nanobots to sense the leaking of lust that you are projecting around yourself and your peers at the moment. Alan informed me my back shot up right as if I'd been poked in the where the sun don't shine with a cattle prod. Immediately alarmed, comma, I glanced left to the left and right. Immediately alarmed, I glanced to the left and right, looking first at Lord So, who was staring as intently at Princess Buka's rising form as I had been, comma, and then to Princess G. Period. She was not looking at the other princess. not one bit. Her full attention was focused squarely on me, as were her eyes, which were staring intently at me, like a raptor eyeing a tender little bunny rabbit. In return, I gave her an uncomfortable smile and then quickly averted my gaze, turning my attention fully back on Princess Buka, who had just finished seating herself at the table. Period. With a nod, questioning look to Lord So, and a small nod of approval in return, she started her tale. Hair tale. See, I have 33, 126. I'm saying I'll be like 33,500 by the time I finish just this portion of editing. And I've got 11,000-ish more words. I mean, at least 50K. End of the day, 55, 56. Crazy. Two weeks ago, my delegation left the capital, our village of Mania. They actually call it something different back then. May. The chief village of our land of Luzon. Our mission was to sail to Kamakura, and ask and offer in alliance in return for aid from the warriors of Nippon, period. Why do this, though? Lord So interjected. the little people are known to be averse to outsiders. And it is rare to even see one of your kind outside your homelands. She answered without missing a beat, her words hanging in the air, hanging happily in the air, like no. The silence seeming to echo the emotion in her tone. Exterminated, Hojo Chidori asked after the silence had gone on for over a minute and no one else seemed to want to take the initiative. Princess Buka nodded. Yes, exterminated. You see, for over a year, monsters such as those you've just seen belong to a race of beings you call Kappa in Nippon, and that we call, let me see what the actual name, I had to put a placeholder in when I was gone because I couldn't remember the name. Let me see. Oh, I know. Siyokoi. Period. Faces around the room fell at the princess's pronouncement. I looked around, confused, not quite sure at the words she said, while not completely unknown to me. I'd heard of Kappa after all, but Siyokoi were new to me. But the reaction seemed overly dramatic, especially from those of my side. They had seen the power of our technology. The princess saw my confused expression and lack of fear. Her face frowning. Seated to educate me. So, Kappa are bad? I asked to the room. Glanced hard at me as I asked the question, saw my confused expression and lack of fear, then proceeded to educate me. So, for these last 2 pages, I'll definitely be 33,500. So I'll put an extra 220 words into the book by rewriting and editing this. So it was 33, and I got 500 words off of editing. So for 2,000 words, I got an extra 500. That's 25%. So if I have 11,000 words, 25% is 2,500 plus. So crazy. Stretch my arm. Woo. See how this here, like it says Danpo, it's one word. Turtle men, it's a little different. How does Princess G wrong? Those are like minor complaints for the text to speech or speech to text, because before it was like super bad and like the editing would take longer than the writing. But now this is pretty amazing. How good it is at catching the sentence structure and stuff. I don't know. Alright, I'll do another 10 minutes and then call it. And then be back on either later today or tomorrow, but I'm back to streaming every day. I missed yesterday because of that, but that's it. I'm gonna do at least an hour a day, if not more, but it's just all gonna be editing because I can record while I work out. This is crazy. This is gonna be crazy. Siyoko Kappa are an amphibious people who live in nomadic tribes and haunt the coastal seaways of Luzon and the other surrounding islands. For portions of the year. Normally, it is for just a season. And during that season, which lasts only a few turnings of the moon, we fight and clash with the Siyokoi. And then they are gone for another year. We lose some warriors, some of our children and other people are taken or killed. But we also kill many of the Siyokoi. This is how it has been since my father's time and beyond, into before What do you mean? Different. It was Princess Ji who interrupted this time. The Kappa are known to the song as well. They haunt the rivers and waterways of the Empire. The Yellow River a problem on the Yellow River a constant problem on the Yellow River. But, as you said, they are only a seasonal issue. Never in the recorded history of the song have they been anything more than that. The two princesses stared at one unblinkingly, at one another as Princess Buka answered. This time they stayed. A gasp from everyone, The boys of Class S sounded out as at her words. She nodded, then continued her tale. Tired. Okay, not only that, they formed vast cities. They've formed vast enclaves. Dozens of them, all in the surrounding coastal waters of Luzon and the other islands. There are so many now that if I had not left when we did, our ships may have been sunk before they could have even left to ask for aid. Okay, I think that's enough for now. I'm gonna take a timeout. My wife should be home soon from yoga. And I'm gonna go record more audio and then speech to text and then edit and come back. We are at 33:421. Still got this last page and a half. So, and then I got all this other. So what I'll do is just add it to it, you know. Add another, whatever. Exciting. Let me check the ting, see if anybody's looking. Word. All right, everybody, I'll see y'all later. Peace.